Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to get one more page used up from my Counterfeit Kit Challenge, and I'm going to play along with Use Every Scrap with Tara the Paper Snod and Scrapping Cane, which is Jennifer Kane. And yeah, I have a lot of basic gray, so I'm going to start with these two papers. So this grayish one wasn't in my kit, but the green one was. And I'm going to do these two photos of my husband and myself. I'm pretty sure before we were married, Christmas at my family's. So I'm gonna mat these in this gray because I thought that would be nice texture, a nice contrast to the green and not too much with the photos. I thought the white would be a little bit too much with these today, so that is why I chose this one. And I got some of one full basic gray and a bit. And so use that last scrap is a hop that's going to happen for the next few months anyway. And it's using up your basic gray papers. And I will show you the massive amount of basic gray papers that I have left because, yeah, I have a ton. So, yeah, doing this one too. This was done with a film camera, so my eyes are closed, but this is what I've got because, yeah, that's what happened at that time. And then I'm going to use up some of these basic gray rub-ons that I used on the Iron Crafters layout, but I had a bit left. I'm going to use the rest of those up on here. And this ends up being a really simple layout. It gets the rub-ons, it gets these, it gets a title, and it gets a few pressed flowers. And that is pretty much, not pretty much, that is all that it gets. But it is a fairly simple layout. It's quick today, but I do like the way it turns out. It does mimic some of my style from the, when I was scrapbooking at this time. I didn't scrapbook everything here, but I do have a few pages that I have, so this will not be totally out of sync from what I do now, based on what I did then. So, yay. I want it to be in like the middle of an album and people be like, oh, that's like really different than what the rest of these are. But I still have quite a few of this to do too, so I can be a little bit more on the simple side, but still do some of the things that I like to do. So we'll see how that goes. So not all of this came out very well because they are old, and I knew I needed to get these used up this month or they just needed to go in the garbage because that did not all stick down. So I'm going to use a little bit more of this curly Q to fix some of the stuff that didn't come down so it doesn't look quite so messy. And then there's two more corner pieces left on this, so I'm going to use one of the corner-ish pieces at the top, and the other one's more like, I guess, a banner wreath piece, and then that'll go in the bottom corner. This has some more curls in it, so I'm just going to add it here just to make it look like it's not it came off properly. Not. Oh, words. So this one I'm going to put here. Use my magnet to help me for that placement. And then I do have that foam piece underneath because these are old, and I do find that helps with old rub-ons. And then this one is going to go in the bottom corner and tie in that side bit that I have. And about there. And this one came off not too bad. But some of those curlies were hard. And I think just because they were thinner, so maybe they dried out a little faster. So I'm going to take off the branding strip, which can go right into the recycling bin because it's just white. So no extra scrap there. Yay. And then this is just going to go on. And I thought this paper would make a good layout paper for Christmas because there's a little bit of the red on the top and bottom. And then that's why I decided to bring in these red Christmas alphas. And I'm just double checking that I can spell Xmas at mom's and dad's. Like, do I have enough? Oh, I do have I think I have enough. Yay. I really like these ones. These are from Hip Kit Club. And I don't remember what the collection was, but it's from a few years ago. But I like the way these ones look. They have a little bit of detail on them, and I think they're pretty. So, and then mom and dad's, because this takes hardly any time at all to put these ones on. I just left it in today. Ampersand. And dad's. And then I was like, yep, it totally needs just a little bit more red. So I'm going to grab my red color drawer, which is not going to make it on screen, but I'm going to pull these out of it. And I'm going to pull 6 of them out of this package. And I think I still have 4 left. And I'm going to use some of the petals that have come off, kind of like enamel dots, to sprinkle those around. And that makes it like pretty simple, pretty straightforward, pretty easy. I should say very simple. And so I do have a bit of a diagonal design going on. So that works out pretty good. And a little bit of journaling. And I might have to redo the journaling so that it's a little bit more visible. But it says, Dad made us the scroll, sod, rhino, and giraffe this year. So, and then that's close-ups. And then I'm going to pop over and put this to the side. And I'm going to grab all my basic gray so you can see all of the things that I have to play with for the next couple of months. And Tara and Jennifer, I might need more than just a couple months. Look at all these papers of basic gray that I have. I had no idea I had this many. I started looking through for my kit for August because I'm in charge of the blog and needed to pull my kit, and I pulled all of those for basic gray. So I was like, wow. Wow. There is a playlist linked below for the Use Every Scrap, hosted again by Jennifer Kane and Tara. And if you're new here, I would love it if you're subscribed. I am so close to 500. It would be awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the like and comments as well. And make sure you have yourself a wonderful day.